All right, traders, today is March 6, 2024. This is the BYOB Market Wrap Up. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Let's go take a look at some charts today. Here's SPY. Let's take a look at the day on the first part. See what we got for a day. So the bears ripped it down to here, spiking the 8 EMA coming right into support. Excuse me, right through here. We had some support, hit the support, and we bounced up today up to these highs up here. All right, so today we got higher low, higher high, doji candle, kind of a pause thing going on there, but let's go back and review the MMRP because it is a 2-day MMRP. So we'll see what we got there. So take that out, visit the 2-day. All right, so here's our 2-day chart. I'm going to blow this up. And let's slide this over and get my arrows out. Okay, so this is our igniting candle. All right, breaking through resistance, which is right here. Okay, you can see that resistance went up there and it got shot down. It went up there and it got shot down. Then they slammed through it. Then they came back and tested this area for support right through here. Okay, so we went up and then broke through resistance. This is our pause candle. That's what just happened. Did you see that? Then we check the support. This is the support candle. So we check in the resistance to see if it's going to hold as support. Then the next candle becomes our first price advancement candle. Right here. That's this green one. Making a higher low and a higher high. This is our second price advancement candle. Keep in mind these are 2-day candles. Making the higher high, but also producing the lower low. But the nice thing is that it did not break the support right through here. So it got close, but it did not come down below the support area. And then we have our today's candle, which is right here. So we have one more day left of today's candle. And that will be the end of the 3-day price advancement run, although it may run for even further. I had targets of 520 in mind. Of course, it's not going to get there in 3 days, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Mr. Powell speaks. Not much happened today, so Mr. Powell speaks tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then we got Broadcom and Costco reporting tomorrow evening, and I think they should have some pretty good numbers. We'll see what they turn out. But technology's been on fire recently, so here we are, igniting candle up, pause. Did you see what just happened? Oh my God! Pull back to support. Now we check the resistance to see if it holds. It does. You get your first price advancement candle move. Here's your second move, making the higher high. Did make a lower low, but support did hold. And now we're into today's candle. We've got a higher low so far. As long as they don't take out that low, the pattern still runs. Still like to see them take out this high up here sometime tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We're going to need some good news. Maybe Mr. Powell will give us some. We'll see what happens. No predictions, but that is the pattern. And we look for it to play over and over on MMRP. That's the 2-day bullish MMRP pattern. All right, so we'll take a look at the 10-minute chart and see what happened inside the day. Okay, so this is our 10-minute chart. So here it is. We gap up, came back, and we tested. I'm just going to plant this in here so you can see it. Oh, it's already there. All right, so you can see here's the all-time high, anchored VWAP, right off the all-time highs right up there. So price gaps up, comes back, visits the all-time high anchored VWAP, and then the bulls step in and erase what the bears did. So what does that tell you? Okay, money's still getting pumped into the market. So what do you want to be? A bull. So we took calls as the bulls erase what the bears did right through here. Let me get my marker, see if we can get it right through here. We took calls and we wrote them up to here. Okay, then we had some pullback here. I don't know what kind of funky news was going on. Might have just been a lower high. I don't know. But we came back and we tested the all-time high anchored VWAP again. Look at all these tails sticking into this. The bears could not get or complete a candle close underneath this all-time high anchored VWAP. Now, so they kept the gap open, so the bulls were able to fend off the gap fill. See that? The gap fill's still there, and the bulls were able to fight it off. All right, so again, we're looking for tomorrow to take out these highs over here, okay, in the price action. So that's going to be, let's just call it 510. Probably to take out that high is probably 414. So 414.50. We'll just call it 415. So another $5 move. Is it within their range? Yes, because the 10-day ATR is 457. So it's well within their means to hit this tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow by close. So we'll see what happens. The nice thing, it's not an options expiration day. The only thing we have to worry about is, well, Mr. Powell's speech. So we'll see what happens when he testifies on Capitol Hill. Right now, I seem to be looking at a head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, right shoulder, head. So we'll see where they open them tomorrow. If the bulls erase this neckline in the head and get it up over this area right here, right across the top of this, that erases and negates the head and shoulders pattern. But what I'm looking at right now is a head and shoulders pattern on the 10-minute chart. Just to keep you aware of that, the bears may want to come back and fill the gap right here. Who knows what's going to happen? We could be down here by closing time on let's just call it tomorrow at 4, and Broadcom comes in and reports, and the market rallies all the way up to here. I mean, that could happen. I think NVIDIA did something like that. We were down here, and then someone reported. The next thing you know, the market's up, $5 to $8. So we'll see what they want to do. All right, so that, so the MMRP might not play out exactly the way you want it, but it might play out like after the closing hour. That's a possibility that they take out these highs after the closing hour. So I've seen that happen last time as well. So there's their SPY. Let me erase all this, get this out of the way, go back to the daily chart. So we have a higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish gap, over the rising 17 EMA. All right, so now I want to go take a look at FNGU because FNGU was below the 17 EMA yesterday. Oh my God, we're still here again today. I thought we would have recovered. All right, so here's FNGU having an inside day. That would be bear flaggish if you ask me. Lower high, making a lower low. Here's the last low. Lower high, now we got a lower low. So it looks like FNGU is in a downtrend. All right, so here we are with an inside day. Got a higher low, but a lower high closing below the bearish trap and below the flat 17 EMA. That's not a good sign for us tomorrow. But then again, Broadcom's going to report, and we could see this thing just fly. We'll see what happens. So there's FNGU. The other one was Diamond Dow. Here's Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow closed below the 17. And another one with an inside day, lower high, higher low, right inside here, closing below the bearish trap, another one, and starting a downtrend, okay, because we got a lower high, all right, and now we got a lower low right there. Okay, so starting another downtrend here, Diamond Dow and FNGU. Maybe Broadcom and Costco could flip things around. We'll see. But anyways, lower high, higher low, closing below the flat 17 EMA and below this bearish trap right here. That's the 3 crossing underneath the 8. And we have a bearish trap now because the 3 and the price are below the 8. So there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at IWM. And here's IWM, another red candle, no surprise. Okay, but we got a higher high and a higher low. And we closed over a bullish trap and over a rising 17. This is still very bullish. Okay, not very bullish, but just bullish. Still bullish there. Not very bullish, just bullish. That's all. Closing over the trap and over the rising 17. So I like that. QQQ. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, higher low, higher high, just like SPY. Closing inside the bullish trap, but over a rising 17 EMA, like that. So there's QQQ, SPY. We just did IWM, FNGU, Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at some of our technicals. Here we are with T2122. Oh, look at that. Ending the day in the buy zone. Okay, so here we are, but we got that head and shoulders pattern. Not liking that. Okay, here we are. We came out of the buyer's chop zone and rallied into the buy zone, and we hung out here for most of the day. Nice work. Putting in equal lows, all right, and a high up here. Not a higher high. Still not in that overbought zone, but still bullish to be in the buy zone. And if I look in the bottom here, we see we've got a little bit of higher lows squeaking in right there before the closing hour, T2122. T2123, okay, we had a nice market rally in the morning, and then the rest of the day was just chop. I don't know what kind of news came out, but we had a lower high, and we came back to the all-time high anchored VWAP and just chopped around right on top of it. All right, so there's T2123. T2123 3-bar, still some space between our green trend indicator 17 EMA. Okay, not quite taking out the all-time highs, but getting close, Okay, rising 17 EMA, still some space between price action and the 17 EMA. So I like that. FNGU, okay, came out, rallied up, gapped up, came back, tested this. See this uptrend? Here's our uptrend line. Tested the uptrend line, bounced up, couldn't make a higher high. All right, we're looking for the higher high. Failure to make a higher high, and guess what? We're back to test the lows. Couldn't make a lower low, so they're consolidating where? Right on top of this uptrend line. So tomorrow will be interesting to see where things shake out. Okay, so see the consolidation right underneath VWAP there. All right, let's go back and take a look at energy. So we'll start off with crude oil, petroleum, USO. USO putting in a higher low and a higher high compared to the yesterday's candle, closing over the bullish trap, closing over this rising 17. UNG. All right, here's UNG having a lower high and a higher low, kind of an inside day, closing over. See some air between that 3. Got some closing over the bullish trap. Trend change here. Notice that. See that? Higher low. Here's the high. Makes a higher high. Says consolidates for a couple days and makes an even higher high. And today's price action closing over the bullish trap, over the flat 17 EMA there. So a little bit of trend change going on UNG. All right, let's take a look at precious metals. Before I look at precious metals, I'm going to look at four things. I want to look at transports. Transports put in a new 2-year high. Am I right? Today. I didn't see that one coming. All right, let me go to the weekly chart, see where we are with this. Is that an all-time high? OMG, that could be an all-time. Yeah, that's looking. Let's see what we got here. Excuse me. We got a high here, 484.20. We got a high here, 482.40. Okay, so that's a new all-time high for IYT today. Boy, didn't see that one coming. And then in the same day, we get a 3-ace cross. What do you know? On the daily chart. That's crazy. All right, and closing below the 17 EMA. So we got a higher low, lower high, really high volatility going on in the IYT, but printing out new all-time high for the transports. I'm glad I looked at that because I did not see that coming. Didn't even know that was out there. Let's take a look at XLF. These are our financials. That looks like a new 2-year high. All right, so let's get the weekly out. Okay, and right across there. So you can see we got that. We're right into that wick up there at the beginning of the year in 2022. So that's a new 2-year high for XLF financials. They are not far from taking out these highs. They are well within striking distance. They just need some good news. So the market's on fire. And you can see that's a new 2-year high for the XLF. And let's go back to the daily. It's nice work on XLF. Okay, let's take a look. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. I think they're going for it right there, XLF. So let's take a look at XLK. Technology usually leads most of our rallies. XLK, higher low, equal high. I'm going to just call it equal high. I'm not even going to go look for it. XLK, all right, we've got closing inside, all right, the bullish trap. That's the 3 on top of the 8. Closing inside the bullish trap, but a higher low. Very nice. Equal high. Very nice. Up over the rising 17 EMA like that. Okay. Very nice on XLK. Still hanging in there. Just bull flagging. All right. Bull flagging. I'll bet you if Broadcom comes out with some good numbers, I think this is going to 220. SPY's going to 520. There's XLK. All right, so what else we want to look at? SMH. OMG again. Another new all-time high for SMH today. Higher high, higher low. Closing over the bullish trap right here. Over a rising 17 EMA. So new all-time high for SMH. All right, now let's go back. Now I said I'd look at precious metals. SLV. So here we are with SLV closing over the midpoint. I can see that already. Here we come in with the midpoint and we came back here. So market gapped up, closing over the midpoint. Very interested in buying SLV here to take out this high. Looking for that higher high there. SLV put in a double bottom here, higher low. Now we got the higher high coming up over the midpoint. The Bulls obviously have the ball and they're scoring first downs. All right, so here's SLV, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap. That's the 3 on top of the 8. And all 3 of them are up over this rising 17. I'll bet GLD looks good. And GLD printing another new all-time high for GLD. We look at this on the monthly chart. You can see, there we are, new all-time high for GLD. And let's go back and look at the chart. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17, taking off like a rocket, GLD. All right? All right, traders, I'm out of breath. Okay? I want everybody to have a wonderful evening. All right? I will see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. And for you guys out in video land, we'll see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right, so thank you for watching my videos. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Click the bell icon so you can get notified. And leave a nice comment down below if you would, please. And I also have a Facebook channel. You're welcome to take a peek at it and join. It's free to join if you want to join. Just look down in the description. There's a link to the Facebook channel as well. All right, so there's GLD. And that ends my day. All right, so I'll see everybody tomorrow at 8. Stefan, I will call you at 5:30 today. That's about 1 hour from now. All right, everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here.